Hey friends, and when you go out in public, no matter where you live, be aware, look around, see what's going on, look for these patterns of human trafficking, patterns that should not exist in everyday life unless they're orchestrated, right? Not divinely guided, orchestrated by humans. And sit in your car once in a while when you're at a fast food restaurant, when you're at a shopping mall, when you're at a shopping strip. You know, they have a ton of those, like the ones with Whole Foods and all that. I'm not saying it's going on there, but what I am saying is look, see, cars pulling up next to each other, exchanging a kid, both traveling in right by twos, then pulling back up 30 minutes to an hour later, exchanging the kid back, and you can tell, use your instincts, use your nervous system, your intuition, to tell you, was that a parent? Because a lot of people are divorced. Yes, they do that. They exchange the child in a public place. But you can tell when people actually know each other and when that child belongs to them, regardless of if the child looks like them or not, right? Because you can still feel it in your nervous system. Let's say a white couple adopted a black child, or the reverse, or whatever, or they have an Asian kid and they're both white. It doesn't necessarily mean that those aren't that kid's parents, right? Clearly, not the biological parents, but they could be their adopted parents. You will feel that in your nervous system. They will have a connection, a loving connection to this child. If this doesn't seem like that, that is not a parental or familial exchange, right? That is something else. And so you need to look around. Look for kids that look doped up on Benadryl, right? Or that are crying when they go with someone. That doesn't mean you necessarily intervene, but look and see and make note of it. And then see if they come back if you have the time. When you're at gas stations, truck stops, convenience stores, especially, a lot of this trafficking happens in those places. Look, because where I'm at, it is so blatantly obvious what these people are doing. And I think that they're laundering the money right through these stores. So just keep your eyes open and look for these patterns. And if you see them, document them, right? Make it so clear what's happening that when you report it to law enforcement, and I report it to law enforcement, the FBI, the news channels, I report it to multiple places, because there's so much corruption and so many people are in on this, I believe, that if you just report it to one agency, they may actually try to gaslight you and arrest you for doing this. So report it to multiple different places. And if you can prove it, put it, I don't know if you can put it on your social media, but put it on your social media and show it. But be safe. Don't use any weapons or anything like that. Like, no violence. Okay, that's not going to help anything. But be aware, because we can stop this as citizens, as people of humanity that love children and don't want to see the light of the world go out. We can stop all this trafficking by bringing it into the daylight, by exposing it. That doesn't require violence. That requires attention and being willing to tell the truth. Okay, high five your friend. Let's save all these little chicken nuggets from being trafficked and having their innocence stolen. And let's stop these demons who are doing this. Amen.